I hope you're doing good today. I hope that you have good health. I hope that you have a fresh mind going into the day. And I hope that everything today goes in your favor. Comparison is the thief of joy. Honestly, it's the straightforward, if we're being 100% honest. The reason why you're comparing yourself and how to stop comparing yourself. The reason why you're comparing yourself is because you don't feel like you're good enough. It's really that simple, bro. We're designed to prove our biases. So if we think that something is one way, we will look for things to make sure that that thought process gets validated. If you compare yourself to someone else and you go, you know what? I can do what they can also, right? I want to achieve the same thing as them. That's a positive comparison. But if you look at someone else and you go, oh man, they do things way better than me, that's a negative one. And the reason why you would even think that way is because you don't believe in yourself that you can do what they do, right? And if you want to stop having that kind of perspective where you always feel like you have to be like somebody else, you got to learn to go within. Look within, bro. Figure out what it is within yourself that you actually want to change. Certain character traits that you dislike are usually the character traits that you dislike within yourself. So if you're like, oh, this guy's way cooler than me, he's way stronger than me, he's way whatever than me, right? That's because within yourself, you don't feel like you fit the same stats. You get what I'm trying to say? You are not them and they are not you. So don't act like they are, right? And the easiest thing to do, honestly, to stop comparing yourself is to not see it. Seriously, it's the easiest thing. You can't cheat on your diet if you can't afford to eat. Even if it's another person that you see in real life, don't put yourself in a position where you're going to be around them. That's extreme, but it's the most effective strategy. But let's say you can't. You're always around this person and they're always engaging with you. Find traits within yourself that you believe that they lack. There's a meme. It's like, oh man, he really got that on, right? Like the guy's dressed nice or whatever. And then the guy behind was like, wow, he's like really dressed well. But I bet you he's thinking other people are dressed really well too. And then the guy who's dressed well, he's like, dang, this guy's dressed terribly. Even though you're comparing yourself to them, they're not paying any mind to you. So you're out here stressed about them, the next person. They're not even paying any mind to you. Why would you do that to yourself? For what reason? You gain nothing from doing that. So stop doing it. Focus on yourself. Don't worry about the riffraff, bro. Focus on you, bro. The fewer problems you give yourself, the easier life becomes. So how about instead of adding problems, you take them away? And one problem is comparison. If you start looking left and right, that's an added self-imposed problem, right? No one is forcing you to compare yourself. No one is sitting there with a stick going, hey, if you don't do what they do, I will hit you, right? Maybe in certain contexts, that's the case. Let's say someone's like, hey, you're not as good as Antonio. Be like Antonio. Well, on the other hand, you can be like, well, the same way that I'm not as good as Antonio, you're probably one, not as good as Antonio. And two, like, you're probably not as good as Alex, right? Everybody can play the comparison game. It's petty. It doesn't amount to anything. So it's like, why would you care so much about something that doesn't matter? It's good to strive. Striving is good if you do it in a healthy way where you see like, okay, this is a goal I want to achieve. This person has it. How can I match up? And how can I end up in a similar position? That's healthy, right? But putting yourself down and like being like, oh, this person's better than me. Bro, that's the craziest thing, bro. And we all do it, bro. I'm not going to sit here. I'm not going to sit here and say I've never compared myself to other people, right? That's not true. But it is kind of dumb to think that you're out here sitting there. Oh, I wish I was like them. I wish I was like them. And they don't even know. They don't even care. Like, isn't that wild, bro? You're out here stressing yourself out, comparing yourself to someone who doesn't even care. Crazy, bro. Lock in. And if it matters that much to you, focus on how you can become the person that other people compare themselves to. Then that way it's even, right? You compare yourself to them and someone compares themselves to you. Boom. clean slate. Anyways, watch this video, subscribe, and I'll catch you tomorrow.